You.
We getting
Your
ready to
show
start.
will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
FAT, man, y'all rockin' the Fat Cat Show. This is my show. FAT, watch the time on you.
Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
FAT, man, y'all rockin' the Fat Cat Show. This is my show. FAT, watch the time on you.
Here we go. Here we go. No matter what you say, I'ma spit it how I spit it so you niggas can forget it. Everybody is a critic. I walk in the dark with my chronicles veridic, with my game up the bar, so your girl will let me hit it. Damn, man, my show's simply marvelous. You can stop the hating and debating, you can't argue this. Cause if you found something better, you would sip Moretta while wearing an ugly sweater. But my show you listening, so stop the whimpering. This is for the sinners and the born again Christians. Turn to Philippians. Nope, you can miss me then. If you wanna talk, take my number, you can hit me then. Cause you know my show was rocking. Fat Cat, remember that when your girl is shocking. When them headphones are knocking. Fat Cat show and you don't stop the knocking.
FAT, man, y'all rockin' the Fat Cat Show. This is my show. FAT, watch the time on you.
Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
FAT, man, y'all rockin' the Fat Cat Show. This is my show. FAT, watch the time on you.
Here we go. Here we go. Yo, 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 yo. What's cracking? You rockin' with your boy, the preacher's grandson, the sinister minister, the Rabbi Raymond Noodle, the chaplain of fried chicken's last rites. Y'all know who it is. That's Fat Cat, and I'm rocking with my dog, Roof. Y'all know who it is. That's T Satellite, Bills. What's up, dog?
What's cracking with you? What's cracking?
And also, I'm rocking with my other dog. Y'all know who this is. This is Wallace, better known as Big Third. What's cracking, baby?
What's up, man? What's happening, y'all?
Well, what's up?
Let's do it.
Well, yeah, let's get them on. Let's get them on. So what's been going on? Y'all know it's tax season. I know somebody out there cuffing. I know I know we can't. Me and Wallace, we basically only can cuff our wives, but Satellite, who you out there cuffing? You ain't cuffing nobody yet.
No, I get up in the morning and put a tuxedo on.
Damn.
Make sure I keep my mustache real thin.
Oh, dang.
Hilarious.
Said real thin, huh?
Yes.
Said, excuse me, madam. You know, may I hold the
Pardon
door?
me, sir.
Get that
He got $40 hanging out his pocket.
$40? No, I'm asking for $40. Are those cakes moist and
Would you like
ready to
$40?
go?
Would you like a bath? Your armpits are very musty. Hey,
I'll put your deodorant on. Get that tax money out, shit. You can be musty around me all day.
all day. Smell like Coney, huh?
Smell like Coney Islands and Fritos.
Somebody ready give it feedback. But anyway, man, it was a pretty good day, you know. My wife she tax flexed on me today. I mean, she tax flexed on me heavy.
She got a hairdo?
Nah, this what she did. She was like, we was going to look at something, and she was like, oh, I said, babe, if you chill out, I told her something like, I'm not gonna buy you no sandwich or nothing, and she was like, almost like, nigga, please, I got money. You the one ain't got no money.
Shit.
You the one ain't got no money. I was like, damn, for real? I said, damn. I said, I'm just mad because you styling on me now. You know what I'm saying? But she text flexed on me. I was like, damn. You know, that ever happened to you, Wallace? You ever got flexed on like that my wife?
Not about no taxes. We file joint, bro.
So each is getting a percentage, but you know it's all good though. Wife make sure she take care of hubby though. But I just had to say this so just in case y'all might have to hold the show. Man, I'm gonna try to hang in there, but man, I had some Captain J today, man, fish, and that mother tearing me up today, boy.
What's happening? With your stomach was foul, or you got the runners or something?
Oh man, oh Lord. But I know it. I know it had to be. I know it had to be something because my son had it too. You know, so it had to be something. So I was like, man, I said, so
y'all both had to go at the same time?
Oh Lord, man.
You was just like Pops from Friday. Lord help me, please help me.
You got that lemon pepper, didn't you?
Yep. You're like, get out my face,
yeah, man. That lemon pepper tastes good, man. But like me and White be saying, man, that shit is suspect, man. That shit got some mad science in it. So,
but you know,
it's no surprise, man.
But you know what? They got something called crack. It's called crack or something. Somebody was telling me.
Wow.
At Captain's J's?
No, they said they sell it at Captain J's, but it says crack on it.
You want to hear something real crazy?
You lying.
No.
You gotta be kidding.
No.
You want to hear something crazy, though?
What was that?
This is Black History Month. So Arabs own Captain J's.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And they got some chicken called crack. Are you kidding me?
You know what?
Wow.
You know what that remind you of? That almost remind you of the movie Black Dynamite with that malt liquor. Remember that Cobra malt liquor? You ever watch that, Wallace, that Black Dynamite movie?
I've seen a couple of them, but go ahead.
But no, not the cartoon. It's the movie. But in the movie, you know, they was, you know, of course, Black Dynamite, black exploitation,
right.
And so they went and they was trying to foil Mr. Man's plan of poisoning. He was pushing this malt liquor called what was that malt liquor name? I'm gonna just say Cobra, whatever. And it was and basically it was making black men sexually impotent.
Just like St. Ives in the 90s. All my partners that was drinking St. Ives was having crazy conversations with me, like, "Can I talk to you, man?" I'm like, "What's up?" "Man, I can't get it up for my girl." I said, "What the hell? You can't get it up for your girl?" Because when we was young, you would drink just so you could do it all night.
Yeah, all right.
Then after a while, all the drunks, they couldn't have sex no more.
Remember,
they just hang out with each other.
Remember, they would call liquor do-it fluid.
Not no more.
Yeah, all that do-it fluid.
The cats your age, believe me, the alcoholics your age, they don't get hard no more. They don't even get hard.
You know what? And that's why it's
wow.
It's very important now to really keep your health right. I had talked to my father today, and you know, cause I didn't know.
You say you can't do it no more?
No, man, be quiet. I said, my father probably stroke more than you do. Look, but I was talking to him today, and I found out a little bit of my family history, and because on my mother's side of the family, diabetes don't run, or cancer don't run that much. But on my father's side, I found out mostly all the men prostate cancer and it's diabetes on there, and for satellite side LD runs off and transgender sex changes and all that run in his family. You could try me today, motherfucker. You ain't about to ride today. But you could try it today. I got you.
No, that's important information though, man. Because I mean,
Yeah.
it's like in my family, the men are subject to dementia.
Yeah,
That's really interesting.
yeah. My grandma. Wait, only Detroit laugh crack at Captain J's. Wow. Yeah. So what's okay?
Yeah, man, we gotta pay attention to the shows and the movies. They tell you what they doing. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah, they
So
do.
we can't just keep dismissing it like, oh, ha ha ha, that's some good writing.
Right.
Or you
No,
could just read a
they are
book.
getting.
But you know what? Even with man, we know we can read a book, man. Stop it, man. You just silly as hell, dog.
That ain't
I ain't
silly
hear what he
for
said.
real.
He talk about or you could just read a book.
Oh, well, no, they don't really tell you, in the books that's what they put it mostly in the movies.
Right.
Oh, the movies tell you what's up.
You know what? That sarcasm, boy, is
I'm just saying. I didn't. That's what he said. The
it's
movies.
just hell of
It's
a-
in the movies, not in the books.
But right. Let me do
So
this.
if you want to know what's going on with your health, watch a good movie.
Stop it. Let me.
Well, he's not. They went over his head, but that's okay. It always usually does. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got to put it in the
Fat Cat.
movie. I can get it.
But look.
Yeah.
What's up, Leslie? But anyway, before I start the show, I want to wish those with birthdays a happy birthday, and also we want to give our condolences to those that may have lost people. And just speaking on that health thing, Wallace, on my grandmother, who's currently suffering from dementia now. It happened with her.
Mm.
It happened with her sister. It happened with her mama. And all that.
Mm.
So it runs deep on with my grandmother.
And it can start early too.
Yeah,
in
it
your
can.
30s.
Yes, it can. It can. I mean.
Let me ask you a question, okay?
Go ahead.
Like, if you got in your 40s and you got ED, right? Erectile dysfunction, and that runs in your family, would you tell your sons about it? Like, ED runs in the family.
You would have to. You would have to kind of like lay it out. The problem is that we don't pass information on. We don't do
Right.
But is that something that you would tell your son? How that man that talk with him, like, look, ED runs in the family.
What?
He looking for the jokes. Let him get the joke off, and then we can move on to.
No, that ain't no joke. That is for real.
But you know what? But you love to be just throw silly retarded hypotheticals though. But look, I just my thing is this: you gotta tell your family history. You gotta pass it down to let it know. See, because I didn't know eventually, until I asked that.
Somebody phone is
Yeah, somebody
echoing.
radio is giving feedback. But I didn't know that really that prostate cancer ran on my father's side. So that I hate, even though as much as we hate, we just secretive with everything. You know what I'm saying? Because I asked one of my uncles that passed last year, a little bit after my grandfather. He had prostate cancer, and then I had asked my father. I said, "So, how many of your brothers got prostate cancer?" Because my father got 9 siblings. I said, "How many got prostate cancer?" I found out my grandfather had it, and I think it was two of his brothers had. If my father got it or not, I wouldn't know because he's so secretive.
But you got to go to the doctor, man. That's why those checkups are so important.
Oh yeah.
A lot of guys don't like that finger of the butt.
Yeah, I'm telling you, and that's the scary part. But when you get older, you just shoot. You trying to survive. You just trying to live.
Yeah, I had a friend. The doctor told her her father, he had a polyp, in there, and he didn't get it fixed, and he ended up dying like a year and a half later, and it could have been prevented. A lot of stuff that killed, especially black men, it can be prevented just by going to the doctor. Black men, we don't go to the doctor,
Right.
and we lose those side teeth in the bottom ones.
But look, and, what's wrong with you? And,
it's the truth.
I would like to add on that prostate cancer. One thing that we need to pay attention as men, especially if you got it in your family like that, is make sure that your digestive tract is good. Mm-hmm. You need to be making sure you having a bowel movement almost every meal. Because if you got food or if you got shit sitting in your
say waste, man,
in like your colon area, it kind of inflames that whole area, and it does go up to your prostate. It go up to your prostate area.
Right.
So make sure that you eating foods that's gonna allow you for your digestive tract to be clean.
Right.
And you should be having a clean out. You know what I mean? Like every quarter.
Grains and fiber, and make sure you drink plenty of water.
Also,
a lot of us, we don't take care of ourselves.
Brazil nut a day is really good for the prostate for men. So that's another thing.
Yeah. You know what? Because just
go ahead. We had jokes from satellite, so go ahead. For the more important
jokes, that was for real.
Just.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Really, the last just recently, I had 2 polyps removed. You know what I'm saying? So, So it, but they came back clean bill, said nothing cancerous, but they told me to come back in 10 years or something to get a follow up, just follow up and all that stuff. But hey,
like they said, diabetes.
Make sure you bust a nut, too, dog. You gotta bust nuts.
Huh?
You gotta bust nuts.
It's important for dudes to bust nuts like regularly.
Oh, that sounds crazy.
It's true. That's part of the prostate.
Where did you hear that from?
That's called research. Do it. You can check it out.
Wait a minute.
Oh, okay, but is it masturbate or ejaculate, or is it called?
However way it need to happen. If you allow yourself to not.
Hold on, let me Google busting nuts and cancer.
Wait a minute. Janine said diseases are not just for old people anymore. Babies are getting older people illnesses. Wait a minute. And she said men got good insurance and still don't go to the doctors. Leslie said, but why do they have you guys wait 10 years though? Sounds like a setup. Hey, yeah, that's crazy because, like I said, I went and I had that. The bad part about it to me was really drinking that stuff all night. They had me drinking that stuff all night, man. I almost threw up. But I was so happy to
see.
Huh?
See, that's that shit, man. I just don't trust the health system, man, at all. Right. I think a lot of this shit, the reason why we get shit is from them. Right. I think when you go to get these checkups, man, I don't know. I don't be trusting.
That's what keep black men from going to the doctors. Being afraid that somebody gonna do something to you.
Yeah. So, but
well,
you know what?
Do what you do.
But you know what? I'm gonna say this. Before my grandfather died, my father's father, he was 95 years old, and they had my dad said before he died, they had him on 14 different medications.
Did he take them though?
Bam.
They said they had him on 14 different medications. My father, and right when my grandfather was like 93, all the way up to like 93, 92, my grandfather was still riding a bike, walking around the corner. When they put him on the medications, he would sleep. All he would do was sleep. And my father, against the advice of his siblings, took him off that medication before he died. And my grandfather went right back to wanting to walk around the block again. And,
that's it.
Yep. He went right back to wanting to walk. Wait a minute.
When you got all those pills, man, you killing your liver. You killing your kidneys and your liver. Killing it.
Wait a minute.
And usually that's how it happens. Like, you end up your kidney shutting down and your liver shut down.
Leslie said they set women's pap smears out to every 5 years now. When once it was annually, then 3 years, now 5 years. I don't trust the health system either. I moved to researching more holistic remedies. Yeah, you know. Hey,
yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, because
the information is out here. You know what I mean? Like, you can pretty much find anything you want. You can be your own doctor at this point. It's just if you lazy. That's it. So, are you lazy?
I think I'm gonna be my own doctor.
Well, oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a medical cakeologist.
What you mean?
You know, I study in the cakes.
Oh my god. Oh my god, man. Yeah.
Hey, let me say this, especially with black women. I say this all the time. I know you done heard me say this before. I know you know what I'm gonna say. But never in my life have I met so many black women with hysterectomies. Why so many black women get hysterectomies?
Killing the womb, stopping reproduction.
I can tell you right now, black women get hysterectomies because black women are also one of the very few women that, or not very few, but I'll just say one of the only women that has so much cosmetic shit done to their hair. And so when they do that, they are completely destroying the endocrine system, fucking up all their hormones, and all that settles right in that uterus, right in that whole area that we talked about.
Messing with the reproduction organs, right?
What was that?
Yep. Plus all their sanitary stuff, like their tampons and all that, completely, like all that shit throws off their estrogen level.
That could be true. I don't know if it's true or not, but it could be true.
No, it's a fact. Go ahead and look it up. You can Google it.
Said, whatever Leslie said, let's pray for satellite, y'all. Said,
why you gonna pray for me?
Said black women douche and chemicals deteriorate their insides. Yeah. So
bingo.
It's that douche.
I like that.
Make you get hysterectomies.
I mean, because you know what, and that seemed like that's the first thing they try to do with our women, is kill the reproductive system.
I believe that too, but I also believe it's ways that you can take not get your organs removed. Switch up your diet, change your diet up to keep those organs.
Oh, for sure, no doubt. But you gotta stop putting the poisons in your body, dude. Them relaxers, the eyelash glues, and the latex stuff that they put on their nails. All that is settling right into the uterus, dog. That's why they have so many what do you call it? Thyroid issues, moody, all that.
Yep. So. What? Anything?
They attacking black women.
Big time.
They own y'all.
That's who had the babies. Said, oh wait, satellite finally made a valid point. Dog.
As long as you listening to me, you know what I'm saying?
Said, as long as you listening. Wow. Wow, I know that's how weird. If y'all would have known this guy way back when, you would have really been thinking he was a maniac. You probably wouldn't be listening to him now. But
no, I make plenty of sense. What are you talking about? I make plenty of sense.
We pretty sure that we can learn a lot from a cakeologist.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but anyway,
I'm other guy. Call me other guy.
you know, but anyway, man, I wanted to get off into this first topic. This is disturbing to me, and I think me and Wallace we were talking about this last night, and that was about that the cop that arrested the 6-year-old girl, put the handcuffs on her and all that. And for those who didn't see this video, we gonna go into the video and then we're gonna discuss this. This video really disturbed me, especially as a parent and as someone who has a daughter. And if you put cuffs on my kid, I'd definitely be mad too. But check this video out.
I don't want to go to the police car.
You don't want to?
No, please.
You have to.
No, please.
Okay, she's gonna have to come with us now.
Okay, Kai. You
Stand
gotta
up.
go with them, baby girl.
Stand up. Okay, come over here.
Where are those for?
It's for you.
Keep your hands, okay? Come over here, honey.
No.
It's not gonna hurt.
No.
Okay,
No,
well,
I don't want to come on. I don't want to go to the police car.
you don't want to?
No, please.
You have to.
No, please. Give me a second chance. No.
That's hard watching for me. Well, they basically
Wow.
they practically arrested this kid for basically throwing a temper tantrum. Said that the kid was hitting the staff and stuff like that. But a 6-year-old, instead of calling the parents like you should, instead of calling the parents, they called the police on a 6-year-old. And this is the result of what happened. And you know we see it all the time where little Billy is at school and he throw these temper tantrums and Billy could do everything, pick up a knife and everything, and they just calm down, little Billy. They call Billy's parents, but they choose to do our kids any way and traumatize them and
not our kids, their kids. Because if you do that to my child, you'll get a cartoon knot on your head.
Well, that's the thing. If we don't look at it community-wise,
It ain't no community-wise. If you try to speak up for that child, the parent will probably cuss you out.
But the thing is, change start with one person.
How did you change it? I just send my child to another school.
Change start with one person, and that's the thing. So when we keep saying, "Not me, not mine," that's when we stop caring about each other. That's the whole thing. When we start saying
let me tell you a story. When I was 19 years old, I was home from school. And I got a job, right? And this white woman I had made more sales than everybody that whole day. I was working for some blind and window place or whatever. Mm-hmm. I made more sales than anybody in the office. And the white lady told me, "Look here, you're supposed to know these windows by now." And she was just dogging me out. She left, and this black lady told me, she said, "Look, let me tell you something. Don't you never in your life let another white woman talk to you like that." And I always remember that. She came back, and I cussed her out so bad. I got fired. But I never let nobody even talk to me ever again like that. And that's what you need to teach your kids. Showing your kids that the police have authority over you, that's crazy.
What's your take, Wallace?
Hey, man, it's amazing that they're supposed to be, the cop is supposed to be a judge on site. You know what I mean? They are deciding whether you are going to go in the system, or if they just gonna just wave it off and have a talk to you. And it's just unfortunate that as Black people, we allow ourselves to work for this system that we know is completely against us, and we allow ourselves to be pawns in their game. And
but
so
the police
this
is
cop didn't
supposed to uphold the law.
He had the power to actually say, "Ma'am, you called us for a 6-year-old. That's absolutely ridiculous." He could actually get into their ass about that.
Right.
But he chose to follow orders.
right.
So I think we should take examples like this even in our own jobs and realize that a lot of us are being used to push certain agendas, and at some point, like you said, we got to take a stand. And that's where it should start at.
Right.
At our own job.
Right. That is crazy though, because like I said, he would have, because I think recently that happened where they called the police on Lil Billy, one of these little Billies out here, and they didn't take that stance. They were amazed that the people called the police on Lil Billy, and they didn't take. And they didn't take Lil Billy.
This is what I don't understand. Why do people act like they're so shocked and surprised, like the police are on our side, when they've never been on our side? Like, watching this video is not shocking to me.
But you know what? It's not. It's the thing that gets me. It's not that it's shock value. The thing that gets me is like I think we talked about it before. Like, why is Zimmerman still walking around this much? Stuff like that. Like, why nobody is not enacting justice? No type of justice. But we'll kill each other. We'll turn the gun on each other.
Because,
bro,
just like that little boy. That went to jail. We learn early at an early age to respect the police. You can kill another black person, but respect the hell out of somebody that got authority over you, and that's another white person. Period.
What you got?
The programming is deep, bro.
It is.
The programming is deep, and it's unbelievable that we still. I mean, dude, it is 2020. Ain't this crazy?
Yes.
Like it's 20 years into the new century, and it's even worse than it was in 2000.
Right. Yeah.
But how do you expect things to change when you get programmed as a kid? Now you're an adult.
Yeah.
And the same stuff you got programmed is inside of you. Back at you around my age. We around that age where we was that first generation getting bused to other schools.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and them had got executed 8 years before we was born. And that's not too far away. You know what I'm saying? So we was basically an experiment. What's going to happen? And the teachers that we had are the teachers back in the 60s that grew up in the 60s and the segregation where black people wasn't allowed going to white restaurants, whatever. Those teachers had authority over the black kids.
And then, like I said, each generation, I think that's so much important as far as just think about the kids that were born like in the Black Revolution, like era where Black Panthers, they was raising their kids differently, and
they all got on crack.
But that spun the like Fred Hamptons and all of that, because when Fred Hampton got started, he was a teenager, and he already knew.
But the way to kill a revolutionary person is put them on drugs. They gave us heroin and crack, and it was over with. The same way Highland Park, that's close to Detroit, was. That was the suburbs of Detroit. They pushed crack in that whole area. Yeah. That whole area looked like a disaster area now. Nothing but sissies. Not to talk about gay people, because I don't need that alphabet boys to be writing in. But that's where all the sissies and the drugs are at.
Yeah. Yeah. Leslie made a point. She said, "We're more shocked at the lack of progression at this point in time. Unity makes changes. Fear of exile or targeting keeps us from that unity."
Yep.
And that's the thing. Rule by fear. Ruling by fear, and that's heavy.
Well, I mean, like I've always said, man, we know enough, and we try to convince ourselves that we need to know more, that we need to see more in order to make ourselves mad enough to do what we know we need to do. You know what I'm saying? But we know enough. We just like biding our time or something. I don't know what the hell what the issue is.
Some of us are still in that "we shall overcome" mood.
Who?
Oh God.
Some of us are still in that.
Everybody that's in the "we shall overcome" rule, they got on crack already.
Everybody not on crack. Everybody not on crack.
They just marching to the crack house now.
Everybody not on crack.
I'm saying the people from that era. They put them on drugs, like the Black Panther Party.
I'm talking.
That's what happened to them.
I'm talking about.
Tupac Mama got on crack.
Look, I'm talking about. We make up that percentage too.
No, we got on 40 ounces in weed.
No, you know what it is. You know what it is. The "we shall overcome" movement to me.
What?
Is people that still saying, "Go out and vote and make a change." That's we shall.
I don't know what kind of cats you know. The cats that's around my age, you start talking to them about voting, they'll laugh so hard, they'll just light up a blunt and say,
"Good,
I'll be getting high that day, man. Don't come over here with that political bullshit."
What you say, Wallace? What you
Good. Finally, some old programs dying off.
Oh, they on that. Have you ever seen somebody on crack die off? They'll live till they about 80 or 90 years old. You will die from cancer or something. That crack keep you alive.
I hear you.
He said,
so has voting.
He said voting. Yeah, that just, and then because if we sit,
yeah, voting is destroying the black community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the black community will be bigger and better.
It is destroying the black community. I can tell you several ways how it is.
I'm on your side, man. I'm trying to agree with you. If people wouldn't vote, things would run smoothly in the black community. We need to stop voting, get rid of all the churches, and everything will run right in the black community, right?
Yes.
See? These programs.
That's a huge step in the right direction. Because that's energy that can be funneled somewhere else.
Yeah, walk to you stand in line and get some cigarettes.
You know, we feel so empowered that we get to stand in line once every 4 years, and we feel so included and feel like we actually did our job when we only 12% of the population and we get nothing for it.
People do not understand the voting process.
Progressive.
I'm talking about after you vote for the president, it's another set of elections that come up 2 years later. And we're never involved in that bullshit. Never.
You know what? I'm gonna say this, and this is what I truly believe. And you can call me a conspiracy theorist all you want to, but I really believe that Obama was a survey to see what we'd do. And we went out and we voted.
Of course.
We went out and we voted for him, and he disappointed us big time.
He destroyed the whole black community. I'm telling you.
And then when the next nut got in here, everybody was still believing in voting. Everybody still believed in voting.
Right.
And that was the survey. They was like, oh, We could throw anybody in here and they gonna still go out here and do this.
Here's
Who's
my
that
thing with
mother
Obama.
that is that Wallace's mother? That's she's a district leader or whatever.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
She's a state rep.
Okay. Those are the elections we have to be involved in. People are not involved in those elections. They'll vote for the president and then walk away from everything. And those are the things that affect your everyday life.
I hear what you're saying, but here's the thing. The problem is that we act like that the shit don't roll downhill. Do you really think that the president doesn't affect the state and the state doesn't affect the city? It all rolls down. Everybody has marching orders. Everybody is in line.
The president do not control all the laws that governs the area that you're in. He don't. People don't people. I don't know if people didn't go to class every day, go to government class every day or what, but it don't work like that. You gotta. I think while we're in school, they need to teach people how the voting really affects your area. People don't understand that, and the people that don't understand
does not the president veto?
Voting don't count.
Go ahead, Wallace.
Can't the president veto certain things that come across his legislations? That does absolutely affect. So if he vetoes certain things, then guess what? You're back at square one. If
veto
it
what?
is
What are you talking about?
whatever
But what are you talking about?
I'm talking about. You said that the president doesn't affect the next level down.
Districts.
Well, absolutely, he does. If the Congress brings certain things to him and he vetoes it, then that rolls downhill, bro. Everything rolls downhill from the president. Period. Everything, the president and the Congress work together. That's one level. Then you got state level. They get everything that the Congress does affects state level. And then everything that happens at state level affects city level. It's all one pyramid.
You know what I'm gonna do, Wallace? To make it easier, I'm gonna send you this rap. It's a rap. He put in this one cat. He put it in a rap for you, so you understand exactly how it works. It don't work like that, man.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
You know what?
Well, how much have you got from all your voting there, Satellite? Do you feel liberated, or are you looking at a 6-year-old being arrested?
Okay, a 6-year-old getting arrested has nothing to do with voting.
Silence. You voted so much. Don't you feel so empowered?
Hear what I'm talking about Fat Cat. You ain't hear what I just asked him or what? Something wrong with the speaker? Are you there?
What I think what he's saying is that things aren't put in place to even, further our movement.
The judge that's in that district that can prosecute got to get voted in, right? Right?
You know what? My thing is this.
I'm asking you a question.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you this, and I'm gonna put it on my level. I hear some feedback. I'm gonna put it on my level. When I joined the union, I had my thing was helping people. This was my thing was helping people, and then all of a sudden
feedback. Somebody.
Yeah, I'm hearing feedback. Then all of a sudden.
Okay, I can hang up and call back. I'm gonna hang up and call back just to make sure it's not me.
No, you straight now. Wait, no.
Okay.
There you go. I hear it now.
Yeah, I'll call back.
Okay. Then all of a sudden, when I joined the union, and I got in there to try to help people, I realized that the problem was way bigger than I can deal with.
Okay, what that got to do with we talking?
That got to do with a lot of it, because you can go in there with an ideal, but you just a cog in a big machine.
I'm just saying, what that got to do with what we talking about right now?
If you wasn't retarded, you would understand what I'm talking about. But the thing is like I said, if you try to get in there and wait a minute, here we go.
Hello.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, but
is that better?
Yeah, that's better. But my thing is
okay.
What I'm trying to explain to Satellite is that even with Wallace's mother getting her position, she got to take so many marching orders. It's bigger than her for trying to do something. It's bigger than her. You can go in there. What it look like? You jumping in the system that's filled with cancer, and you just you just one little speck of a cure.
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, how many people? How about we vote everybody that's on that chair? We voting everybody that's on that chair, just like the city council. You vote everybody into that chair. So the decisions that they make, they're like, oh, you know what? I can't agree with that. Vote with that situation because they might not reelect me next election. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever been to a city council meeting?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what I mean. Detroit is set up with a whole bunch of black folks that's not qualified to be in those positions. That's why so much bickering and fighting.
But you know what? That go to show you the heart of it. Even if it's not, and the problems is not just a white problem; it's a black problem too. Because we look at our city council. You know, it's a predominantly black council, but they still making white supremacy moves.
Because
Bruh.
people are voting those people into power. Get them all out of there. But you got to show up to the polls to do that. The people that do vote are the people that really don't live in Detroit. They control what's that goes on with the Detroiters.
You know what? I'm gonna let Wallace make his point.
You're making all the points for us. You're making all the points for us.
Yep.
Don't vote.
You know,
you're not even sure. There's two things here. You're not even sure that your vote actually
destroying the black community.
You're not even actually sure that your vote is actually counting, and when it does, if it does count, you're not getting anything for it. It's pretty obvious, but you know, sometimes I think it's moral victories is what black people like. It's that moral victory. We want to feel like we are part of something, and the whole point is that we always bring up this. Well, our ancestors died for the right to da 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 da. Well, guess what? That's the point. They died for the right, and so we want to just die. Is that what we looking for? The whole point is to actually like progress.
This is what I said.
They died so we wouldn't have to die trying to get progress. They did the hard work already. They proved the point already that it doesn't work. But you want to continue proving that it doesn't work?
That talk about the problems that we do have. So come up with a solution. I'm talking about my way might be dumb as hell. It might not even make any sense. So come up with what's the solution? What would you have us do? Nothing at all?
Destroy the current system.
How do you destroy
I didn't say not do nothing. That's the problem. We think that just because you think that voting is all you can do.
I'm asking you, what should we do?
I can tell you right now one thing that would tremendously improve the black community. If every person grew one crop and one crop, just grew one crop in their backyard and they exchange crops between each other, neighbors, that's free food.
Okay, how about you go out and tell people what you know? Would you dedicate yourself to do that?
You
to
don't
bring
even
change
want
in
to
the black
listen. You think I
community?
want to face 100 niggas talking about, oh, we
You
should
call
go
them
vote?
niggas? Damn.
You ain't even listening. You don't even want to hear it. So
All
come
I heard
on
was
now.
niggas. After I heard niggas, I didn't even want to listen to you no more.
Hey.
Well, there you go. See, you paying. That's the point. You paying attention to the wrong shit. That's where we at.
No, I'm paying
You know what I'm saying?
attention to your words.
You more offended
You know,
by the word niggas than not actually having.
Sometimes you could say things. I'm talking about what you saying could be the most righteous thing in the world. It could be the right thing. You know what I'm saying? But when you start saying stuff like, "Oh, are you in your 40s? Or are you 40 yet, Wallace?"
Yeah, I'm 43.
You 43 years old, and you saying niggas? We don't talk like that no more. Not the cats that I know. We don't talk.
I know my history, bro. You don't know your history. I know my history. Do you know where the word nigga came from?
It don't matter where it comes from. It's a certain way that certain people talk a certain kind of way.
You're not even qualified to talk on the subject.
You say I ain't even qualified. All right.
No, you're not.
Okay.
So break it down. Give us a history lesson, Wally.
The word naga. First of all, we actually invented all writing and all language, so that came from us. They distorted the word nigga, which was once naga, which actually means king. So you don't even know what you're calling yourself. But that's for another day.
Because I remember. So it's the mispronunciation because I was listening to this old pastor. If you go on YouTube and you look up Stephen Darby, and he was breaking down the history. There was actually something on the map long ago in biblical times that was called Nigga Town, and we were actually called, like Wallace said, but some of us pronounce it different. We was actually called that because that's where we were from. And so he broke all these terms down, but like you said, we got people that distorted our history, and so
that's it. They've been distorting our history.
Yeah,
they've been doing that. That's what they do.
Hey, Wallace, have you ever had a white person call you a nigger before?
What you say,
Wallace? Have you ever had a white person call you a nigger before?
Oh yeah.
How did it make you feel?
Yep. I laughed at her.
It was funny. It was funny to you. I'm talking about being called a nigger. That's some hurtful shit.
See, here's the situation. We have to. They use certain things because they know it's going to trigger something emotionally within us. But here's the thing: it only gets them off because you're gonna get emotionally charged about it. If you gave them nothing, they shrivel up and die. But you keep giving them something, you keep getting emotional about it, you keep letting them know that you care what they think of you. So you become their pet. That's the science behind that. See, we got to get psychologically stronger. We can't be so weak. And every time they say something to us, I'm mad. They say, I'm going to beat them up.
Right. You got to accept it.
And when you start looking at them like children.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Okay. What's that sound like?
I say you got to accept it. You know, it's okay for a white person to walk up to you and say, "What's up, my nigga?" Or to say, call you a nigga and raps or whatever the hell. See, I've been around real segregation and white boys calling you niggers. And when black people think that white people are scary, no. When you the true minority and it's a lot of them, oh no, you a nigger, and you in fear for your life. That's what's wrong with a lot of
been there and done that, bro.
Yeah,
I lived with white people in Central Michigan for 3 years, bro. I know what it is. 95% white.
So But anyway,
I don't know about you, but can't no white person walk up to me and call me no nigger, and I'm all right. Like I'm not gonna get emotionally involved in this and be upset about it. It's just a word. No, it's a word, but you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna respect me as a man. Period.
But you know what's happening when we fall prey to getting emotionally charged about about that word is that they got the law on their side.
Yeah, I know, but they gonna have
bingo.
They gonna
This
have
is called
fists in their
chess, not
face.
checkers.
If you have enough nerve to walk up to me and call me a nigga. No, you can't. Can't no white boy walk up to me and call me a nigga. And I'm gonna say, oh, it's cool. They got the law behind them. I ain't cut like that.
So what is your solution? You gonna
So what do you, in that situation? What are you doing, Satellite? You sitting there with a group of white people, and they one call you a nigger. What you gonna do?
If I'm outnumbered, what can I do? And I've been in that situation where I was a true minority.
So what you gonna do now? I don't know how old you are, but you're 40 plus years old. Somebody walk up to you and say, "Hey, nigga."
One person.
What you gonna do?
One person walk up to me, I'm gonna punch him in his Adam's apple and stomp him.
Okay.
How about that?
And then
All right.
And then he accomplished getting you arrested.
Oh, he won.
Yep.
Yeah, he accomplished it. Oh, it's cool. But guess what? He had never had a nerve to do that bull crap again.
But it's another one of them.
You showed him.
It's another one.
I know.
It's another one waiting to call you another. They gonna call you a nigga while they putting you in the handcuffs, taking you to jail.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing.
Let me ask you something, Fat Cat. You with your son, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you stand in a line. The white man walks in front of you and say, "Hey, nigger, get to the back of the line." And your son looking at you like, "Dad, you gonna let him talk to you like that? What you gonna do?"
Let me tell you this. First off, I think we had a old saying: "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me." One thing I'm gonna teach my son is that this. I'm not gonna teach him to meet ignorance with ignorance. That's one thing I'm not gonna teach him to do. One thing I'm gonna teach him, I'm gonna be like, son, you're gonna have ignorant people like this. That's gonna all through your life, all of your walk of life.
You gonna say,
right.
Shut the fuck up, you little monkey. Get to the back of the line.
See, you not even you just go joke and not even let me get this off.
Joke?
But listen, I don't give a damn what he say. He could call me all he want to. The difference is if he put his hands on me, that's a whole different story. But if he just
that's a whole nother ball.
If he spatting off words, I'm gonna be like, okay. If he called me, okay.
He called you a little monkey nigger and stepped in front of you.
Okay.
And told you to get in the back of the line. What you gonna do?
Okay.
What you gonna do?
What? Be a kid and just go back with him, cave dweller, even monkey, cave dweller. Then what that accomplish? We trying to get.
I'm asking you what would you do?
I'm telling you, nothing. Nothing.
Hey son, I'm teaching you how to be a real man and a real punk.
Yeah, okay. All right. Just put your hands on me and find out what I'm really about.
Yeah, you can talk.
That's it.
That's just it. So it's nothing really even to discuss at this point. If he put his hands on me like get your nigga, then that's a whole different outcome. Whole different.
If they can get you off your square, they own you. Period. That's how that works. That's psychology 101, and that's a lot of times all they want to do. A lot of times white cops try to get you riled up by saying smart little shit, and that's how they get to arrest you because you gonna get loud, you gonna start cussing, you gonna start whatever, and that's what a lot of white people do out here in the streets when they start slinging little racial slurs. And so you gotta be mentally tough. This is beyond physical. This is beyond emotional. This is about being mentally tough. And once you know your history, it's like you're children. You should be looking at these people, those type of people, like your children. You don't argue with a child. But if you feel like he's your equal, then of course you're gonna get mental. You're gonna get all emotionally riled up. So it's how much do you value yourself? That's really what it's about.
Right. Hey,
and what do you think you are? You think you're a nigger? Are you a little nigger there?
You know what? Well, let's go into our topic for today, silly. Our topic for today: recognizing friends, foes, and associates. In order to build relationships, we first know what we must first know what we want out of it. I keep hearing that background again. Want out of it. That means we must define our relationships. What is it? What is it based on? Is it a term relationship? Is it a working relationship? Is it a personal one? In simple terms, what is that person to you? This has to be established so there will be no miscommunications going forth. So, we have to recognize if a person is a friend, foe, or associate. What do y'all think on that?
I'll let Satellite go first.
Yeah, if I didn't grow up with you, guess what? 9 times out of 10, you're not a friend.
You think time really?
I thought time have something to do with trust. A lot of people are out here. They call themselves your friend, but
you know what? I get so in most cases you find yourself being treated better by someone you didn't even know long than the person that you know all your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been in cases where let's say I done had my car stall out on me, and I called some people that I knew, and they ain't come help me out worth the damn, but a person off the street came out of nowhere and just.
Where was you at?
I got you, but I'm just throwing a scenario. It don't matter where the hell I was at. Shit. Shit. You always try to make a joke. I'm gonna have a big one waiting on you. So it really.
I mean, people can. A stranger can do a nice gesture, and that doesn't necessarily mean they're your absolute friend.
Yeah.
They could be just doing it for their own,
feel
good purposes.
Broke down the Island Park.
But you know what? But I'm just saying, friendships can spawn out of the weirdest situations. You know what I'm saying? They can happen at any time. But like you said, it does take time to build and to be with that person, because sometimes a lot of people that we call our friends are just associates. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them, and then like you said, you gotta look at motives and just just things that people do. You get that all the time. Somebody may do things out of a guilt trip and not necessarily because they actually care about you. You know what I'm saying? They may be guilt tripping somewhere or trying to get something out of you by just doing something good. It's a lot behind that. But but
there's a lot behind that.
Because a lot of times, like I said, we're quick to. I know some people don't like labels, but we quick to label somebody as something without merit, without what I'm saying. Without even researching and just do that. We quick to just throw that title. Oh, this is my friend. And I used to do that early in my life. And then when I realized I got a small circle.
That you created, right?
I have a very small circle.
You created your circle, right? And that's what friends are about. The people that you bring into your life that you know you can trust.
Yeah.
You got a circle of people that don't give a damn about you, but it's a circle that you created yourself.
Yeah. What you got, Wallace?
I just say, I mean, it's levels, man. I mean, you can it's definitely about trust. It's about supporting one another. It's about being able to be transparent around someone, being able to be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Not being judged or whatever, and them fully accepting you. That's a real friend.
Yeah.
Associates count for like 80% of everybody else. You know what I mean?
Right.
And of course, foes. That's a whole nother. Thing. But friends and associates usually are the ones that gets like twisted up.
Right.
We got a whole bunch of associates, but your true friends, they not hating on you. They and they accept you, and you can trust them, and they can trust you. And usually that's like one or two or three people in your life, probably.
Do you think you could mistake a foe?
Wow. That's a really good foe, then.
you know what? I'm just saying, because sometimes when people that try to give you constructive criticism, you might take it for hating, and you might think they being a foe.
But it depends on if you respect how you respect that person that's giving you that advice or that criticism situation. Because if you don't respect it,
right,
I can't respect what you're trying to tell me. So you might as well just shut up. I don't want to hear that shit. And I think a lot of people, they started off with you thinking that they're your friend, and then you say, that's not my friend, that's an associate. Mm-hmm. I just know you.
Yeah.
But they started off with you thinking that that's one of your friends. And that comes with time will tell. Like when you really need them, their support or anything, they're not there for you. And then they quickly turn into an associate. I know you. That don't mean you're my friend.
Well,
friend show you in
here's
time
another thing with that. Yeah.
Go ahead, Wallace.
I think another thing with that is like, just because somebody can't be there for you every time you send out the Batman signal, that doesn't necessarily mean they're not your friend. They might be going through their own thing. And so I think we got to be careful to not just label somebody a friend just because, they probably don't even know their own boundaries. Some people can't say no.
Right.
And some people actually take it, and some people actually take advantage of that. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things you kind of know in your heart. You know what I mean? You know, somebody's really your friend and is really there for you. But sometimes we can have our off days and say the wrong things, and we are actually friends with a person. You know what I mean? So it's micro personalities going on in relationships.
You know what? And like you said, it's because it's hard because we can't truly look at the heart. And the thing is that it was a story in the Bible where it came down to giving, and a guy came and he gave a whole bunch of money, but his motive was to let people see him giving the money. He wanted to look like a big shot.
Bingo.
And then you had the poor man. He only had 1 pence, one little coin, and that was his last. And he gave his last. And his offering was more acceptable to God than the man that gave all the money to be seen. And that's what you deal with because we don't know people's true motives, but we pretty much know right now, especially over time dealing with certain people, we pretty much know who really is our friends and who, and like Wallace said, I don't try to get in the mode of judging people that don't come through for me every time I need them. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you just don't have them. I would like to be able to do for all my friends. Sometimes I don't have it. So I don't want people looking at me like, like, damn.
But you know what's free? Support. I'm saying, just like all the friends that you have, you might say, look, I do a broadcasting show. Tune in, listen to the show, or subscribe. That'll let you know. And I'm talking about, these are the friends that you support, but they won't support you. That's them letting you know how they feel about you.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that have to do with time.
Yep.
In time you will see who really gives a F about you. It don't take money to show somebody that you care about them.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Those are the golden things. When you got your show going and you trying to expand outside of something that they themselves are not trying to reach, then you really find out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who your real friends be, because a lot of people don't want to see you do something new or different, or you know what I mean, or get out the hood or whatever the case may be. So if it's some, they might not, let's just say that they don't necessarily like the show, but at least they gave it a couple listens, and it's okay if they don't like the show or whatever, but at least they gave it a listen and can give you some constructive criticism, or just say, hey man, keep working at it or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's important. Very important.
Right. You said it best. You said it best right there. And I think because my cousin that used to call it to the show, she said it best. She said, we got a ton of family, and it's a shame that not all of them even, I know some cousins of mine that never dropped in and listened to the show, and even cousins. Yeah. Even cousins, when I'm trying to, build on the legacy of my grandfather at the church, never showed support. Never. But, I don't hold it. I don't hold things against people because I can't let what other people do affect what I'm trying to get, what I'm trying to do.
You're a good Christian. Because I hold grudges.
I just call myself a believer.
I'm a believer too. I believe that I hold grudges.
Oh my God.
Okay, so Satellite, I'm curious. When you say you hold grudges, because I get what you mean by that. Like, are you like angry about it, or you just like, okay, I just know who you are?
I just do you the same way you do me. How about that? You don't support me, I ain't gonna support you for nothing. I don't believe in turning the other cheek and let you hit the other side.
Right.
You slap me, I'm gonna slap you.
See, my thing is that holding a grudge though? See, that's reciprocity. That's just reciprocating the energy back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't never heard that word before. Reciprocity.
Yeah, there you go. Now you learn something.
What's wrong with you?
I love the Fat Cat Show. We learn stuff.
Oh my God, man! Y'all so silly, man. But like I said, that it's labeling can be dangerous. It can. It can be very, very dangerous.
Why you say that? Somebody can walk up to a white man can call you a nigger. Stop saying that can be dangerous. Turn the other cheek.
You know what? Let me tell you this. You turn the other cheek in Menjo's. That's what you do. But look, there was a story where, remember, they said it was a woman and she was walking the street and she found a wounded snake, and she picked the snake up and she took the snake home and she nursed it back to health. And when the snake got healthy, the snake bit her. And she said, and she told the snake, she said, "Why did you bite me?" And the snake said, "You knew I was a snake when you took me in. So you have to be careful."
You know how I be feeling when you tell your little fables. I be feeling like you gonna ask me for a tad or something.
Yeah. You know what? I thought
Good
you.
grief.
Just them kids that got high and watched Reading Rainbow. Just one of them kids.
Yeah. Old lead paint again. The old lead paint again.
Unless I know you done had a couple of lead chips. Just peel it off the wall. Have you a little taste.
Peel it off the wall. Oh man. I do this. Couldn't go further though. But you because you know what? I know a person right now that's in my life, and they was like, they'll be like, they call me their best friend. They be like, oh, you my best friend, and this and this and that. My thing is this.
Don't smoke crack?
Stop it, dog. Why you stuck on crack? Crack all the
people
time.
that smoke crack, they always say you my best friend. Like, you're my best friend. Can I get $10?
You know what? but this so-called being best friend, I'm gonna tell it. But you know what? Skip it. I don't give a damn either. But
they smoke crack.
This friend who I ain't gonna say their name, Rico. He
smoke crack.
He said.
Do he smoke crack?
He said, "Man, stop." He said that I'm his best friend, but the dude didn't even knows my grandfather and everything. Didn't show up to nothing.
He was there.
The
he was at the crack house.
Oh.
The wait, the funeral, the nothing. Not even a phone call. Not nothing.
Mm.
Will you forgive
So
him?
have you talked to him since then?
Yeah, I talked to him. I let him know. I was like, and he know my grandfather.
What did he say when you let him know?
So what did you say to him, and how did he take it?
I said, dude, I'm not your friend, dude. You know you don't do nobody like that, dog.
You said that?
Yeah, because I was, I was with him when his father died. You know
how
what I'm
old
saying?
is he?
Why are you asking all these doggone questions, though?
No, I want to know how old he is.
No, because
a younger cat, older cat, what?
I hear a punchline coming.
No, I want to know.
Right.
No, it ain't important. Rico is just Rico.
Is he an older cat though?
He our age. He old enough to know better.
He smoked crack.
There you go. But and
just say yes, and then you'll be able to move on.
But and that's the
that cat know he smoked crack.
And that's the thing that really pissed me off, because I know personally, like I knew Wallace, I knew you was gonna show up, but it was people that I didn't even consider my friend. I consider them associates that showed up, that really kind of like surprised me, and that let you know just how you are in most people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Because it was people that showed up. I was so surprised that came.
So what did he end up saying though? What did he say in response to what you said?
My bad, dog.
I was at the crack house.
Like
David Ruffin.
My bad, dog. I just forgot. I just, this and
that's a crackhead.
This and that. And I was like, matter of fact, I called him a couple of days, like after my grandfather died, and I told him, I said, man, my grandfather passed, dude. He said, oh, granddad passed? Oh man, he said, I said the wait is gonna be at the church. The funeral is gonna be over. Matter of fact, the funeral was right by him.
Hey Wallace, hit mute.
I hear that.
Oh, is it me?
The
yeah,
feedback.
hit mute.
Okay.
All you gotta do is hit mute.
Yeah, that feedback. So, but anyway, so it just turned out. It turned out that way, and you know what? But the thing is, you know what made me just say skip it, because I know where to keep him. I know what he was all about in the first place. So I couldn't get mad, personally.
So you consider him a friend?
I considered a friend. We've been friends since first grade.
I'm trying not to say your last name, but you from a long line of friends. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? You just when he make a statement, you just got to brace for, because you don't even know where it's about to hit.
All I'm saying, it was some slaves in the cotton field. It was like, "Hey, friend," getting beat. You remember?
You know what? You know what? I know how I have to start really doing you. You like that little kid with a learning disability. You just gotta keep encouraging them. Come on, Satellite. You're doing you're real good. Give him a hand, y'all. But
you're doing a good job.
Yeah. Hey, Wallet sound like a background shooby dude.
Here we go.
Did I call back or something? Is it that bad?
No. He talking about you. Okay. So, but anyway, man, I really think, like I said, the dangerous label. So I really don't try to,
label people.
What?
You say you don't try to label people, right? I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah, I really don't try to label people.
I think every individual that's in your life, they should be judged individually, and everybody have a certain level of which, they have access to my life or your life.
Right,
that's usually how it works. And so I think you understand, how reliable, Rico is, and you probably didn't. You probably wasn't shocked. You know what I mean?
I was.
You probably was hurt because
Yeah.
Like Rico, he probably got caught up at the crack house.
There you go, man. But like
you know what he is.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like.
Yeah, like I said, because
Rico don't even sound like he got all his teeth.
There you go, man. I'm just I'm just saying that when you know what a person because a person will show you their worth over time in your life.
It's almost like having a bag, walking to one of your cousin's house that got roaches. You wouldn't just lay your bag down, right?
Right.
Well, why would you?
That's true.
Why would you even bring a bag to the house of roaches? I'm like,
right.
You just come up with some. I don't know where you come with these scenarios from, though.
No, I'm just saying, don't bring people into your life, and don't be shocked and surprised by their actions. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's one of your friends, you shouldn't. I'm talking about you being shocked that they didn't show up. Is their problem or your problem? Because you should have known how they was before they even happened.
Right.
So you shouldn't even be shocked. But
you know what? Yeah, but you know what? Grief will push you to another level. You don't think straight when you grieve. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And then when you still in your grief, because I'm gonna tell you, a lot of things during that time, I didn't even recognize until later. I couldn't even tell you at first who was there, until I really had a chance to think over the funeral. You know what I'm saying? But it's still, but it's certain people in your life that you would recognize that's important to you. Like I knew Wallace and his wife showed up. I knew, you know what I'm saying? And it's just certain people that you know, that you recognize, and then of course it's the people that scatter. To tell you the truth, I was surprised that my dad even came came there, because my dad is like a what they call him, a recluse, and he popped up there.
You were surprised that your dad showed up, but you was also surprised Rico didn't show up. How's that?
Simply because my thing is this. Sometimes you hold people at face value. I come from the time if somebody tell you that they're gonna be somewhere for you or do something, then they do it. I know some people, but knowing Rico, I know he done failed me so many times.
Right. That was my next question.
Yeah.
There you go, right there.
I know he done failed me so many times.
I think
Go ahead, Wally.
No, I was gonna say I'm side one satellite on this one, man. Like you can't allow yourself to be offended, especially if you know what the snake is, man. It is what it is, and so I just think your grandfather meant a lot to you. You were emotional at the moment, and I think you thought that. You've known this person for so long, and I know he gonna be there. Yeah. But I mean, you know that person for so long. You know what I mean? So you should not be surprised.
Right. And that's why I didn't per se take it to heart, but I just let them know that what you say that I am to you, you're not.
You think he cared about what you
said? So I just let them know.
Do you think he cared about what you said?
I don't give a damn if he didn't, but that's just me defining what we are. I'm just letting them know that, hey,
he probably forget.
That's not the case. He could be.
Yeah,
but you know what? But you know what? Sometimes things when you say them, they bring, because they said there's power in the tongue.
I bet you can cry.
When you say them and you proclaim them and you profess, you put it in the universe.
I bet you cried. Man, I'm sorry, man. I bet you come. That's how them crackheads is. They can cry at the drop of a dime, baby.
Oh, satellite. Oh boy. But let me tell you this. Everybody is not on crack. Everybody is not from Highland Park. All of that. It's some goodies. And all East Siders don't have roaches.
What? You got to be kidding me.
Stop. But anyway, we want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Fat Cat Show. Big up to my boy Wallace, Big Third, and Satellite, y'all. And just thank you for making us part of your day. I see you, mother.
Night.
Yeah, well, still day, whatever, night, whatever. You labeling stuff again. There you go.
I'm a laborer. You not.
Okay.
Whatever. That white man call you a nigger.
Hey, if that hurts you. So what you want to do? You call me a nigger. Come on. I'm gonna punch you in your face. I'm gonna punch you in your face.
I showed him G. Wallace.
I'm gonna punch you in the, and you know what the thing is that you punch that person, that racist white person in the face, and they put you in jail. And you in there with the Aryan Brotherhood.
90 seconds.
Aryan Brotherhood that's bending you over, busting you out, still calling you a nigga.
Damn, all of that, huh?
All of that. So
just for me trying to speak up for myself. Keep your mouth shut, or the Aryan Nation might fuck you.
You know what? It ain't that. It's some things don't even deserve a response.
Oh, okay.
Some things don't.
I would just say it's chess, not checkers. Just
60
be on your
seconds.
Game. Don't even play that checker game at all.
You come from a long line of friends.
You come from a long line of faggots. So just leave me alone. I'm telling you.
Damn. That was harsh.
Hey, Hey, because I'm telling you to leave me alone. But anyway.
That was harsh.
I know, that was harsh, wasn't it? I think I apologize. I think I will apologize.
Yeah, that came pretty tough.
That was really tough.
That wasn't being a good friend.
Thank you. But but I didn't know you cared. But anyway, we want to thank everybody for tuning in, and y'all, we up out of here. Peace. Stay safe. We go.
10 seconds.
Peace.